Can you see the screen, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, thank you. So once again, good morning, everyone. Today we are going to see a very important example on standard normal distribution. So we see here, as you remember, student, standard normal distribution is continuous. So continuous distribution functions, you have to first remember before solving the example. Please remember that probability of A is less than equal to X is less than equal to B, which is equal to integration A to B f of x dx. This formula is from continuous probability distribution formula. As a normal distribution is also continuous, therefore we use this formula. So second, you have to remember for normal distribution, we have to remember very important formula, student. So please remember, as it is helpful to solve the example. I think in the previous lecture I have given this formula. So once again, I will just recall these formulas in the beginning of the class. Sigma square root 2 pi integration a to b e raised to minus x minus mu the whole square divided by 2 sigma square dx. So please remember this and keep this equation 1. As you see, this is our normal distribution. So first you have to convert this normal distribution in the standard normal distribution. So just seeing how this distribution will be converted. As you remember in the last class also I have told you have to remember the standard normal variate, that is z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma, or we also take this as x is equal to mu plus sigma z. So this is how we are going to substitute this and simplify this. Then then if you differentiate this is going to get you dx is equal to mu is a constant, therefore it is 0, only remains now it is sigma z will become here, differentiation will become dz. So suppose so just I am repeating this once again, students. Suppose there are two variates. Suppose there are two variates. What happens, students? We are going to take this now, that z1 is equal to a minus mu divided by sigma, and I'm going to take two different variates where we can see how to get simplified this. Be the value of z corresponding to corresponding to I'm going to take here now. As you remember, this formula is integration from a to b. So this values also will be corresponding to, I will change this value. Then from equation 1, what we get here, students? The equation 1 will become, yes, it is p of a is less than equal to x is less than equal to b is converted into p of z1 is less than equal to z less than equal to z2. This will be helpful to simplify in the examples, especially in the examples we see. So we take this as the f of z, that is the function of z will become 1 divided by square root 2 pi integration from z1 to z2 e raised to minus z square divided by 2 dz. Just please remember this very simple simplification we have done. So you have to remember here, student, very very important. You have to remember here. mm, okay, so please remember we're going to take this as z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma is known as the standard normal variate. So please remember this. This is also we denoted by SNV. What is SNV? It is nothing but standard normal variate, student. With with mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1 we take. Just remember this. Next we'll go see very important integration. So in the integration, that is integral in RHS, you can see of above equation, students. So you can see in the RHS the integration is there. Further, if you take this as z1 is equal to 0, so this equation will give you the area bounded. This formula is very important to solve the example. This will give you the area bounded from z1 to z2. So already you have calculated the area. In the previous lecture you have seen we have calculated the area. So here we are going to take this from z1 is equal to z2. I am going to substitute to z2 equal to, I will take this z. So when I take z1 is equal to 0, I am going to take z2 will become z. Means if you take the area here, students, so just see, go through the curve, made it very simple. In the last class also we have seen this. So this is our normal distribution, that is a bell-shaped curve. Let's just say this as normal curve. We have taken this function here, it is phi of z. This value we have taken this as 0, and this will give you from 0 to z. So this area you are going to get here by using this formula 0 to z. So anywhere it may be left hand side or right hand side. So this will give you, it is nothing but the variate. Remember, z is nothing but variate. Therefore you can see this now already in the last example we have seen phi of z. So this formula is 1 divided by square root 2 pi integration 0 to z e raised to minus z square upon 2 dz. So I just repeated this now. So this represents, students, area from z is equal to 0 to z. So like this, I think you have come across why we have divided this area. If you take this as the normal distribution curve, so this is 0, this is infinity. Just I am revising previous class. So this was the area 0.5, as you have to remember. This is the area 0.5. If anywhere, if you want to get this area, either this area is there, so what we have to do, we are going to take this as phi of z, and phi of z is nothing but this value. Okay, so this is just revision of previous class we have done once again, because this is a very important. So now you students write down the example. I think we have already solved 2 examples, so I'm going to go for third example. So we see a very good important example here. Okay, so in normal distribution, 31% of the item are under 45. This is the question they have given, and 8% of the items are over 64. Okay, so this is what they have told. These things are given. Then you're going to find this completely different question, student. So, and it's very important. See that you try to understand this. If you don't understand, please go through the video again and again. I've made it very simple. We'll try to solve this now. You can see they have given the normal distribution. 31% of the items are under 45 and 8% of the items are over 64. Find very simple, that is mean and variance they have told, and the given values are phi of 0.5 is equal to 0.19 and phi of 1.4 is equal to 0.42, students. So this is what they have given. So we'll start now. Already you know mu and sigma are mean, or we just take this as mu and sigma be mean and standard deviation. SD means is nothing but standard deviation of normal distribution. ND, I will just write this in short, normal distribution. So by data we have, so what we have here, students, if you just see, the items are under 45. This is what the first they have given. So just make it very simple. Items are under 45 means I'm going to take this as a random variable x. X is less than 45. So please remember. And similarly, items are over 65. This is clear, I think. This is x is over means greater than 64. So please remember, means you are going to find the probability of x less than 45. But they have already given here, students, it is 31%. So fine. It is 31% means what, students? If you simplify this, this is 31 divided by 100, which is 0.31. Please remember this. Similarly,
if I means greater than 64.
Over means more it is. Over means it is more than 65. Sorry, 60. Sorry, Salim. In the question they have given how much? 64. In hurry, I have written this. Okay, fine, no problem. Thank you to remind me. It is 64. Yes, it is 64. Thank you. Fine. Again, any doubts, students? I think here they have given item are over 64 means x is greater than 64. Yes, please, if you have any doubt, ask me. Then I'm going to find the probability of x greater than 64, student, which is equal to 8%. They have told you it is 8% items are over 64 means, again, if you just simplify this, 8 divided by 100. So this is 0.08. I think this is all the things they have given. Now what is important, student, as you remember in this, have seen, you have gone through this, how we are going to convert this normal distribution into standard normal distribution, substituting z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma. So here is the very important role of mean and variance. So I'm going to do, I'm going to convert this normal distribution into standard normal distribution using the formula z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma. Remember this, student. So we know that this is our variate, and you are going to convert here. I'll just simplify like this. I'll write normal distribution into standard normal distribution. Please remember. Okay, so we'll start solving simultaneously both the equations. Okay, so please remember, I will write it on this side little bit. So this is our probability. So I'm going to convert this now. So what I will do, this equation, please remember this equation, I'm going to simplify. See, x I don't know x values. I'm going to substitute here x minus sigma. I'm going to convert this z, remember. So this is less than, this is 45 is x. So I'm going to take this as 45 minus mu divided by sigma. Okay. This will remain as it is 0.31. And similarly, this will be what run? Z, I want to make this z. So therefore, x minus mu divided by sigma is greater than, x is 64. So I'm going to substitute 64 mu divided by sigma. This is equal to 0.08. So there is no confusion. I have just converted these values, okay, using our standard normal distribution, that is z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma. So you can see if you just substitute the values, so x minus mu divided by sigma, if I ask you what is it, it is z. Z is less than, so 45 minus mu divided by sigma, I will denote this by, as I already told you, I'm going to take two, here you can see two variates. Suppose there are two variates, two variations are, you can see 45 and 65. So I have taken here now z1 as a first variate, that is 0.31, and I'm going to take the second one here z. This is our z using the formula, and this is, I'm going to take this as z2, which is equal to 0.08. So where, please remember here, z1 what we have taken, it is 45 minus mu divided by sigma, and z2 is equal to 64 minus mu divided by sigma. Yes, please remember now. Simultaneously we'll see what is the exact value I'm going to calculate here. So what I do here now, yes, I'm going to take the graph first. Now we'll just see how our graph is actually. So I'm going to take probability for z less than z1. So this is what I get, the normal distribution curve. Okay, so this is again minus infinity, infinity, please remember this. So this is again our mean, that is 0. Okay, so this is in term 0.31 is plus, therefore this means it is greater, means this I'm going to fix z1 here. Okay, so lower limit is not given, means you have to remember it is minus infinity. Please remember, lower limit is not given, means you can see I'm going to take this minus infinity, means what is the area you are going to calculate? This full area you have to calculate, student. That is, this full area you have to calculate for this variate. Isn't clear? This area you are going to calculate. I'm going to do simultaneously, therefore I will draw this also, and normal, I'm going to draw normal distribution curve for the z greater than z2. Simultaneously I'm going to do, because there are two variates, so please remember it's very, very important. So again I have to draw this once again. This is 0, this is minus infinity, infinity, and now we fix now z2. Z2 is positive 0.08, means I'm going to take here this value as z2. So now you can see, I will show you. So this is actually z2 is less than z1. Upper limit they have not given, so please consider this as positive. Infinity means this area you have to calculate. So please remember, this area you're going to calculate from z2 to infinity. This value you must calculate. So both the sides I'm solving this one by one. You can please see here. Now you can see probability. Now I'm not writing all the area and all. So you just see probability of area we're going to calculate from minus infinity to z1. And similarly here, what you are going to do, you are going to calculate area from z2 to infinity. So it is little bit lengthy, concentrate. So this I can simplify. Instead of solving this full, as you remember, I can divide this. I know the value of this already, it is 0.5, and only thing I am going to calculate this value, that is 0 to z1. I will take this as phi of z1. Similarly, this value I know, so therefore what I will do, from 0 to infinity I'm going to take this area and subtract this area with 0 to z2, and that I will call it as phi of z2. Means I'm going to take here area from, yes, it is minus infinity to 0 plus, yes, it is plus area from 0 to z1. I think this is clear. So now I will see this area. Yes, this area is area from, yes, I'm going to take the area from 0 to infinity. Then I will subtract this probability of that area from 0 to z2, so that I get the area from z2 to infinity. Okay, simultaneously I am solving because it is a variate, so don't get confused. So this implies what? I'll just simplify this. You can see this is area from minus infinity to 0. You should remember this is always 0.5 plus phi of z1. Already I told you, I will take the function phi of z1. This is equal to, students, I think it is given here, the value they have already given, probability of z is less than z1 is 0.31. So I'll just substitute here 0.31. I think this is clear. Similarly, what will be here, student? Again, I'm going to take the area from 0 to infinity will be 0.5 minus probability of area of 0 to z2 will become, I'm going to take this function, that is phi of z2, which is equal to, I can see what is the value probability of this z greater than z2 is 0.08, student. So I'll just write here value 0.08. So till here you can understand this. Now simplify this for phi of z1. So what will be the value, student? It is 0.3 minus 0.5. The value you are going to get this as minus 0.19. If you simplify further, now similarly I'm going to take this as phi of z2. So now you can see, bring this phi of z2 this side. So phi of z2 will become here, that is 0.5 minus 0.08. So I've just interchanged this value you can calculate in the calculator. You're going to get this value as 0.42. Okay, but now you can see from given data, what is given data, students? Already they have given the value for this. Where is the value given? Yes, phi of 0.5 is actually 0.19. So this I will write once again. So what is the given here? From the question they have given here, it is 0.5 is equal to 0.19, and here they have given 1.4 is equal to 0.42. This means what? If you compare this phi of z1 and this two, if you compare this two equation, we get here phi of z1 is equal to, substitute 0.19 as phi of 0.5. So phi minus phi of 0.5. I will just repeat this once again. Substitute this value 0.19 as phi of 0.5. Minus will remain as it is here. Therefore, we get phi of z1. Phi of z1 we get minus phi of 0.5. Similarly, what we get here, if you just simplify this, as you can substitute this value, I'm going to substitute this value 0.42 as phi of z2. Therefore, phi of 1.4 is given as phi of z2. Is it clear, students? Therefore, this means what? Z1 is nothing but minus 0.5 and Z2 is nothing but 1.4, students. Yes, if you compare, these are equal, 5 and 5 will go, and you get this as Z1 is equal to minus 0.5 and Z2 is equal to 1.5, students. Now you can see I have calculated Z1 and Z2. So So you remember what is Z1 and Z2? Yes. What is Z1? Z1 is equal to 45 minus mu divided by sigma, and Z2 is nothing but, student, it is 64 minus mu divided by sigma. So just simplify here. Therefore, substituting, yes, what you are going to substitute here, student? Substituting, I will write the value once again, that is Z1 is equal to 45 minus mu divided by sigma. I will write once again, and Z2 is equal to 64 minus mu divided by sigma. So I wanted to calculate Z1 and Z2. I have already calculated. I will substitute now. It is minus 0.5 is equal to 45 minus mu divided by sigma, and here what is Z2, students? It is 1.4 is equal to 64 minus mu divided by it is sigma, student. So I wanted to calculate mu and sigma, so therefore we get, I will write this equation, we get this equation as, I'll just multiply this. So 0.5 sigma is equal to 45 minus mu, and then I will bring this all the terms this side, variables I will bring this side, so minus will become plus. So this is mu minus 0.5 sigma is equal to 45. Similarly, I will multiply here sigma to 1.5, so 1.5 I have multiplied sigma, which is equal to 64 minus mu is remaining. Mu I will bring on this side, so I get here mu plus 1.4 sigma is equal to 64. See, remember, you are going to find mu and sigma, so I have calculated two equations. I can see here I am going to take mu 0.5 sigma is equal to 45. Please, can you find, I have given two equations, find the value of mu and sigma. Yes, please try, Harshada. Plus 1.4 sigma is equal to 64. If it is possible to calculate in the calculator, please calculate. Otherwise, I will calculate manually. So what I will do, I will want to cancel. So I will just multiply here 1.4 and I will multiply here 0.5. I am just multiplying this value to this and 1.4 value to this, means interchanging this. Means what will be the value here, students? It is 1.4 mu. So 0.5 into 1.5, yes, please tell me, Harshada, if you are there, please multiply here the value, this 0.5 into 1.5 equation. I think you are familiar with these two equations are given. You can find x and y. Instead of x and y, they have given here sigma and mu. Yes, 0.5 into 1.5, how much, students? Yes,
Sir,
very good.
mu is equal to 50.
Sir, mu can be
Sir,
cancelled.
sir, point.
Yes, you can cancel mu, no problem. So you just find what is the value of mu, tell me, and what is the value of sigma. I will
Mu is
calculate in
equal
my
to
way.
50 and sigma is equal to 10.
Yes, very good. The answer is correct. So you can calculate like this, or I will just go through this value also. So both the ways you can do. I want the answers now. I'll just multiply 0.5 here. I'll get this as 0. So I will get this as 32. If you further simplify, yes, your answer is correct. This both will get cancelled. If you add 1.4 and 0.5, I'm going to get 1.9 mu is equal to, if you add this, I'm going to get 95. If you simplify this, mu is equal to 95 divided by 1.5, I'm going to get this as 50. Yes, your answer is correct. I wanted mu, so the answer I have calculated for mu is 50. What about sigma, student? Substitute this 15 in this equation. If you just calculate this, then I think this will become now, that implies 50 minus 0.5 sigma is equal to 45. If you simplify, what is the sigma value, students? Yes,
10.
you already yes, very good. It is 10. Just substitute this in calculator. Therefore, I have calculated mu and sigma. Therefore, we get the answer. We get mean mu is equal to 15 and sigma, that is standard deviation, sigma is equal to 10 students. So like this you should calculate mean and standard deviation student. Is it clear? So we'll go with the next example. Again, very important we have. Please write down the next example. That is example. I will go for example. Next example. So I'll go for the next example 4. I think last class I have solved 2. So today I will solve another 2 examples. So here what we have here, student. So you can see the marks of 1000 students in an examination follows a normal distribution. Here also they have given normal distribution. First you are going to convert this into standard normal distribution. So they have here mentioned mean 70 and standard deviation they have given student is 5. Find the number of students whose marks will be, yes, marks will be how much students? First they have given less than 65. Second they have told you more than 75. I want all the students to get more than 75 only. Yes. Will you get more than 75? And third one they have told between 65 and 75. So this is our question. They have told you to calculate now. So we'll go with the what all the things here are given. First you first write it down. So we see what are the things given here. So okay, we'll start our example. Now we see. First I will take the random variable x. Always remember. So what are varying here? I think marks are varying here. So I will take x is nothing but the marks of students. Okay. I have taken random variable now. Then they have given here mu is equal to 70 and standard deviation sigma is equal to 5. So I think you can now convert here normal distribution to standard normal distribution using the formula that is z is equal to, yes, you can also try this, students, x minus divided by sigma. I think the values they have given already, so please remember here mu is nothing but 70 and sigma is nothing but 5. So I have written like this. Z I have already got. I can see in the first one it is very clear that less than 65. Less than 65 means our random variable x is less than 65. Similarly, what is your random variable? More than 75. So x is greater than 75. Now you can see it is between 65 and 75. Therefore, what is the random variable? It is 65 less than x less than 75. So it is between x and y, students. So I'm going to take 65 less than equal to 75 less than equal to. So start solving. Don't wait for me, students. I'm going to take the probability of x less than 65. Very simple. This is equal to. So again here x is there. Please remember, convert this z and respective values you are going to convert. So I'll make it very simple. What I will do here, I will take this x, I will subtract 70 on both the sides. So here it is 65, therefore I'll subtract 70 on both the sides. Both the sides I'm going to divide this by 5. Means whatever this value I'm going to get, this is going to give you z, that is z. So I'm going to convert this is equal to p of z less than. Please calculate and tell me 65 minus 70 divided by 5 is how much? Yes, Arshita. So I think you must get here minus 1. Am I right? Arshita, you got the answer? Just please see. Is Kirti is there? Please see. So this means what, students? Our area where it is going to belong. See, z is less than minus 1 means definitely lower limit is not given. Please remember, then you are going to consider this as minus infinity. So where our normal distribution curve lies, students? Yes, I'll draw here in graph. You can see bell-shaped normal curve. Please remember, every time I'm writing this, even in the exam, everyone please write down this, very important, because marks will be distributed. So I'm going to fix our minus 1, which is in the LHS side. So minus infinity to 1 I have to calculate, means this full area you have to calculate. So how you are going to take? This is the probability of area from minus infinity to minus 1. Means how you will simplify now? I'm going to take this full and then subtract this, so that I'm going to get this area. So I'm going to take 0 to infinity and then 0 to minus 1. I will subtract this much. I will get this area. So I'm going to take here. So please tell me the answer, students. You can try. Area from minus infinity to 0 I will take, and then I will subtract this probability of area from minus 1 to 0. So as you remember, minus infinity to 0, should always remember this is 0.5 minus, this is 1 means it is always positive. Substitute in calculator and tell me, yes, what is 5 of 1?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
So why you took there one?
Yes, it is 1 means the area will never be positive. Therefore, in calculator, 5 of minus 1 I should take. But remember, minus 1 will not be there in normal distribution. This is just in, it is in the LHS side. Yes? Okay. So in calculator, I think yesterday's last class I have shown you how to calculate in calculator normal, standard normal distribution, that is 5 of 1. You simplify in the calculator place. Yes, Rahul?
0.3413.
Yes, we get this value as 0.3413. So it is very simple. Substitute in calculator. I think Q of 1, you will get this as 0.3413, students. So please, you all everyone find it separately. Then subtract this value, students. What is the value I'm going to get here? It is 0.1587. Means we have calculated probability of x less than 65, or this is also taken as probability, that is standard deviation, z is less than minus 1. So this is what we get the answer, student. So without wasting the time, please calculate the next one. It is the second one. You can calculate this. So that is second one. What we have going to calculate, student? It is, they have told you that probability of x is less than 75. Please convert this z. Please convert x into z. So I'm going to take this as probability. X I will keep as it is and subtract this with 70. Similarly here also, this is 75. X is 75 minus, I will subtract this as 70 divided by 5. Divided by 5 on both the sides. Now you can see this full value is our z. I think here I have written c. Where is that? Yes, this is z is equal to x minus 70 divided by 5. Therefore, substitute here 5. Z, and this is greater than 75 minus 70 divided by 5 is how much, students?
1.
1.
One
Finish. Yes. So what is the area bounded on this curve? See, Z is greater than 1. Greater is not given, means we are going to take this as plus infinity, means where is our normal distribution appears? Yes, the curve will come here. I'm going to draw the normal distribution curve, that is the bell shaped curve. I'm going to draw this. I will take this as 0. Yes, please adjust if I'm not drawing the straight line. Okay, please excuse. And 1 is positive, therefore I will take it in RHS. I'm going to take this as 1. I want to find the area of this. Means you have to calculate this as area from 1 to infinity. So how you can simplify? Take this full area, subtract this. Take this full area, subtract 0 to 1, you will get this area. Remaining area will be 1 to infinity. I think you are easy to calculate now. It is probability of area from 0 to infinity minus probability of area from, I think you can calculate this easily. Please try yourself. So what is this probability of area? 0.5, 0 to infinity is 0.5 minus this is phi of 1 student. I think you have already calculated phi of 1, it is nothing but 0.341. So I think you are going to substitute like this. It is 0.5 minus 0.3413. If you simplify, you are going to get the same. This 587. So I think this all values are only for one student. So you are going to calculate for 100. Please remember, this value you have calculated for one student. That is 0.1587 is for one student. So you are going to calculate for 1000, means you have to just remember out of 1000 students. So means for students 1000 students, what will be the value for scoring more than 75? You can please write here more than 75. This will be equal to then, yes, if you just simplify, you will get like this: 75 into 1000. So for marks scored, how much it will be? Just calculate. Yes, Arshada, are you there? Just please see. Yes. Yes, Abhishek, Anand, Anuj, Ashok. 75 into 100, 1000 is how much, students?
75,000.
Yes, it is 75,000. But here, what is the percentage you have calculated for P is equal to X less than 75? Therefore, this will be what? 75,000. But here it is 0.1587, or we can take this as equal to nothing but it is 158.7 percentage, means you are going to divide this by 100. If you just round figure, we are going to get this as 159, student. Okay, don't wait for me, student, go for third one. Please try third one. That is probability of 65 less than equal to X less than equal to 75. How we are going to calculate this? Just in 2 minutes you can simplify this. This is equal to, convert this into Z. So I will just show you, this is going to become very big now. This is 65 minus 70 divided by 5. Similarly, what will be this? X minus 70 divided by 5. This is less than equal to, please try now this, 75 minus 70 divided by 5, students. This is what the probability you are going to calculate. Now simplify this, students. It is P of 65 minus 70 divided by 5 is how much? Yes, Abhishek. 65 minus
minus
7.
1.
Yes, it is
Zero.
minus 1. Very good. This is, what is this value? You have to remember this is always Z is less than equal to 75 minus 70 divided by 5 is 1. Means, where is our area? You just please calculate now from the normal distribution. You can take this. I will draw this bell-shaped curve. Please see that in exam also you have to draw this normal distribution curve. It's a very, very important. So plus 1 and minus 1. So this is our plus 1. This is our minus 1. In this area you have to calculate, students. So please remember this area you are going to calculate. So this is minus infinity to infinity. Okay, fine. So what will be this probability? That is probability of area from minus 1 to 1. Means this is the area. I can take this from 0 to 1. Means from area minus 1 to 0 plus area from plus 1 to 0. Means what will be the value, student? It is nothing but phi of 1. I think you know. And this is again phi of 1, student. Already have calculated phi of 1, student. Phi of 1 is nothing but how much you have got here? Yes, it is 0.3413. Means just you have to take this 0.3413 plus 0.3413. If you add this, you are going to get the value 0.6826, students. And yes, I made just out of 1000. Actually you should calculate this out of 1000, students. Means you are going to calculate for 1000. Just multiply this 0.6826. Just make the correction. So this is equal to, it is 682.6. So if you just round figure it, you are going to get 683. So please here also make the correction same. Hurry, I have just gone to the next answer only. See here also you are going to go for 1000, students. So this is for 75 marks you have calculated, right? So you have to calculate for now. This is 1000, students. For one student we have got the probability. Okay, please remember this. Okay, so for 1000, for 1000 it is this much. Means for 1000 students 0.1587. This is going to get you 158.7. That implies for 1000 students we get the probability, that is normal distribution. If you round figure this, you are going to get just 159. Okay, round figure you can see. Similarly, this is out of 1000 students, 1000 into 0.6826 students. Okay, yes, this is how we are going to calculate mean variance